All right, so let's start our practice with 3 ohms tonight. So we'll start with 3 ohms and maybe just sit for a little bit and kind of check in with the body and see what our body needs. And I've got all my blankets wadded up here. I'm gonna turn my phone. There we go. Okay. Let's sit for just a couple breaths before we chant our ohms together. We'll sink into this space. And now we'll exhale. Inhale. Exhale for Om. We'll sit and connect with the vibration of Om for just a few more moments. Let's feel into the space that we're in, the physical body that we're in, the room that we're in. And exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, let the breath go. And we'll blink open our eyes. And we'll start our practice here. We're going to start on our backs tonight. So if you want, now you don't have to, but if you have a blanket that you can kind of roll, or just a pillow would work too, we'll put this underneath our shoulder blades. So kind of place it widthwise on the mat. Move my tea. And then have your bolster where you can kind of get it and move it underneath the knees. So we're going to lift the chest up just a little bit with the pillow or the blanket underneath the shoulder blades. And then we'll have this underneath our knees. Now, when you get here, maybe you decide that you want to put something under your low back. So if you have another little blanket or something, you might find that you want to just make a little bit of a crease with a blanket. And so you can place that kind of underneath where the low back would be. And so I usually bring it over the bolster, and then I have that little roll for my low back. And then have a blanket to put over top of you if you want. So this is going to kind of be on the low back. It's not very high, just a little bit to give it some contact. And then you're going to have to probably adjust the blanket underneath the shoulder blades. It's totally worth it. And then maybe come back onto the head. So the chest is lifted just a little. There's some support for that low back, your knees. And then rest the head on the floor. Sometimes it's nice to bring the arms overhead, or maybe even bring the hands behind the head, the arms, elbows out to the side. You can cover yourself with a blanket. You can put a pillow under the head, whatever you need. And then maybe you chant 3 ohms to yourself to arrive in this space that you're in. So give yourself as much time as you need to settle, to adjust, to get comfortable. And allow yourself to just be. So here we are, cyclists again together. So we're just gonna love on that back that is folded over. Those legs that turn. And that chest we kind of scrunch together. The arms behind the head are going to open up the chest. Maybe we inhale the mantra Om, saying it to ourselves. And exhale the mantra Om. Maybe as we do, we feel the energy of Om in the body, in the palms or in the soles of the feet. In the chest or the stomach. Notice how you begin to breathe. Maybe you have a deep breath and some shallow breaths. Just let the breaths be and come and go however they are. Just sinking into the shape. Perhaps our mantra Om bringing us home to rest. Relax the face. Relaxing the cheeks and the tongue. Relaxing ankles and calves and knees. If the mind starts to wander, maybe just counting down. Sometimes I start at 1,000. Sometimes I say, I am aware that I am breathing in 1,000. I'm aware that I am breathing out 1,000. I'm aware that I am breathing in 999. I'm aware that I am breathing out 999. Let yourself continue in that way. You might eventually lose count as you drop into the body, into the present moment. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Begin to bring our awareness back to our breath. And another inhale and an exhale. And then we'll gently begin to roll over onto one side. So as we roll over, kind of rolling off of the bolster. So I'm going to bring the bolster, just kind of move it to the side with my knees. We'll show you, I'll move my blanket. So moving the bolster. I'm going to bring it to my side and then move that blanket roll from the low back out of the way. And move, I had a pillow under my head and then move that. Maybe move the blanket or the pillow up towards the top of your mat. So now we're going to come onto our stomachs, but we're going to keep the bolster at the side because we're going to come into just a little hip opener. So many times when we're on our bike, it's just that sagittal plane, forward and back. So we're going to bring our hips to the side. So on our stomach, so come onto your stomach, but then bring that knee out to the pillow. And then lay on your belly. And then we can rest our hands on the pillow and rest on the side. If the bolster's too high, that's a little high for me. So I'm going to use a pillow instead. You can use a blanket or any height, really. You can have a towel. We're just going to open the hip out to the side. And then just lay on the belly. And maybe that knee, my knee is kind of in line with my hip, but you can bring that knee, just drop it to the bottom. Like, so my hip is here, can be in line with the hip, can be down. So find that right spot. We just want to open the hip up just a little bit. Stomach on the ground, and just lay kind of flat on your face. Just lie down. But anytime it gets uncomfortable, you can straighten that leg as much as you need to out to the side. The knee doesn't have to be bent. Maybe feel the stomach press into the earth. On the inhale, and exhale, the stomach draws in. Maybe notice the chest expanding and dropping back in. Just breathing in and out. If the mind wanders, we can count it down from 1,000. And find our mantra, Om, or anything that's going to give that mind a little task to anchor it to the present moment. Maybe closing the mouth and breathing in the nose and out the nose. In the nose, out the nose. And if that starts to be uncomfortable, just make any adjustments that you need to find yourself comfortable. We're not just restoring the physical body, but we're restoring the nervous system. So if we're uncomfortable, that's going to stress our nervous system. Allow the nervous system to chill. As we begin to relax in our practice, maybe notice the energy in the body. Notice if it's moving quickly or slowly. It's just still like a mountain lake. And with the breath, maybe inhaling for 4, and exhaling 6. Doing that a few rounds and seeing how the energy feels in the body. Now one more breath here. And exhale. And then another breath. And an exhale. And now one more breath in. And exhale. Now let's kind of lift our head up. Bring that leg off the pillow. Send the legs straight. And now let's just lay flat for just a minute. We can lift the head, but have both legs flat to kind of neutralize that spine. And now let's press up, pressing up with our hands, bending our knees. And now find a bolster or some pillows, and we'll come into a supported child's pose. So from here, you can have your knees on either side of the bolster and stack as many pillows up as you want. And we're just gonna fold over the bolster. Now, if that doesn't feel okay on your knees, if that doesn't feel good, then come into a seated fold with your legs out long and stack the pillows. But what we want to do is lengthen the spine. So you can do that folding forward, let the head hang. Or you can do that in your child's pose, but for some of us, it doesn't feel so good on our knees. So if you don't want to be in a child's pose, then come into your forward fold. Yeah. You want to stretch out the back and let that spine and the hips kind of neutralize after our hip opener we just did. And let yourself just collapse and rest. Yeah. This is kind of like that arrow position on the bike where we're just folded up in a paper clip and our legs are just pedaling, but it's a little more soft. We're not worried about our watts. We're just chilling. Maybe noticing the backs of the legs open a little. Just letting ourselves rest. Maybe let out a sigh and see if you melt. Just nervous system wise, relax a little more, melt a little more. When we exert ourselves physically or mentally, can really strain the nervous system. And this is a really beautiful way to bring it kind of back to wholeness. If the mind wanders, just bring it back to the present moment by anchoring in the breath. Inhale and exhale. Dropping into the backs of the legs. Feeling the back body relax and expand as we fold. Now let's breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Another breath in. Exhale, letting the breath go. And then just gently coming off the fold. Removing the neck, rolling the neck if we need to. We can move our pillows, our cushions out of the way. And then we'll come on to our stomachs again. And we'll do that left leg on a pillow. So opening up the hip on the left side. So coming onto the stomach. I'm covering up my feet with the blanket. Now left knee onto a cushion, a bolster. Maybe it's just a small towel roll. With the knee, the leg out, just so we can open that hip. Again, getting off of that sagittal plane, opening out to the side. The leg can be straight or it can be bent. Resting on our stomach. Resting the hands on the head on the hands. And then telling ourselves there's nowhere we need to go. We're exactly where we need to be. Maybe drop into that idea that there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. And just breathe in and out. This supports us in bringing our awareness to the diaphragm as we breathe in and out with the surface below. That also helps calm our nervous system after a hard workout, after a busy day, after life circumstances. So amidst all of that, we can renew and relax with the breath, and with these supportive shapes in our restorative practice. Maybe you begin to notice the sound of your heart. You can hear it beating into your pillow or your hand. The mind wanders, just bring it back to perhaps your mantra Om. Inhaling Om. Exhale, saying Om to yourself. If you start to get uncomfortable, just make any adjustments that you need. Even sitting in a child's pose or come to your back. Allow yourself to fill the silence just with your energy and your being. Let your stillness pervade the silence as you rest and renew. Now breathing in and breathing out, and breathe in. Exhale. One more breath in. And let it go. Let's bring that left leg in towards the middle, finding ourselves flat on the floor, both legs long. Giving ourselves a breath or two. And then when we're ready, we can make our way onto our backs for Shavasana. Maybe you want to bolster under your knees, or maybe you want to lie flat. Covering up with that blanket or robe, whatever it might be. And coming to our backs. Maybe bringing the arms to the side or out off the mat with the palms up to kind of open those shoulders. A little bit more of an external rotation for the shoulders. Relax the toes and the soles of the feet. Relax the balls of the feet. Maybe close and open the toes, spread them wide, and then relax the feet again. Let the shoulder blades relax, and maybe it almost feels as though they separate and create space between the shoulder blades along the spine. Move the head side to side before finding stillness. Relax the fingers and palms. Relaxing the legs. Relaxing the neck. As we relax the head and the neck, maybe we feel the chest lift and then relax. The mouth can fall open as we relax the low jaw. Relax the cheeks, the nose, and the eyes. Shavasana. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the breath, or to the mantra Om. Or maybe open and close the palms, opening on an inhale, closing the hand on an exhale. Just to give the mind something to anchor in. Imagine every cell in the body being renewed and restored. With each breath, just a little more recovery. A little more strength with each breath. We're not trying for anything in Shavasana, we're just allowing ourselves to rest. We're not trying to rest, we're just allowing ourselves to rest. See if you can just allow. You're welcome to remain on your back for the next 3 to 4 minutes. However, if you'd like to come up to a seated position and practice some Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, then I invite you to just gently roll to one side and come up to a seated position. As if you were moving through a dream, just allow yourself to move slowly. You're welcome to remain on your back. You can begin your Nadi Shodhana at any time. You can end your Nadi Shodhana at any time. We'll just close class like that or on your back. If you'd like, you can close in a silent seat. You scan the inner landscape of your being, your mind's eye from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head. And then back down, just noticing the body in your space. Let's exhale and inhale. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om.